Okay, so we're going to start with the intro. So we have our normal intro splash screen, and this is what I'm looking for. So we've got some information. Use the arrow keys to move around, click on or the space bar to start or pause, and then we can click anywhere on here to start. So let's just see what's happening here. So let's get that playing. There we go. So what we're doing is we're randomly generating leaves, just to give you an idea of what's happening, and we've got a little animation and we've got some type. Okay, so let's start with building the intro and building those random leaves. Text, using my copperplate font down here at the bottom of my property bar, and we've got some chocolate fish. Now what I've done is I've used the same chocolate fish for each one because there are different versions, cloned chocolate fish, and that just makes it easy with the coding. And then we have a sprite font, well, an image font, which I made out of Photoshop and curved in Photoshop. And then we have the animation of the cat. Just basically one animation of a cat running at 5 frames a second, just to have him moving around on the screen. And we have one iteration of the bullet of the leaf, and it has a bullet speed of an acceleration of 40. It bounces off solids, set angle, and enable. Okay, so and then also it has a sign movement, which is enabled. Right, so how do we make all of these things work? Let's go to the intro setting and take a look. So the first thing I want to do is I want to create my leaf, and I want to set it in a random location, and then I want to give it a bullet angle, and the sign movement gets it to move around in a random way as well. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is do a system command, system, every 0.25 of a second, because I want the leaves to rapidly appear here because it's just an intro. And then I want to create that object of that leaf. So create object leaf. Oops. Okay, now the leaf is, I believe, if we click on it, is an animation, so it's flushing around nicely. And there's two colors, so we can choose which animation to run. So some leaves will appear brown, some leaves will appear green, and they're standard pixel animations for the leaf. And so then I want a whole bunch of commands for the leaf. So when it's created, I want it to do a few different things. So again, leaf. Set bullet angle. Uh, 115 degrees. And I'm just going to copy this and paste it because it's another bullet. And then I'm just going to change this to choose a random animation, so it either comes out green or brown. So what I want to do is set animation to choose either default Sorry, I need to put that in speech marks. Or comma space, put the speech marks in first, that's probably a bit more professional. Default 2. So that will choose the random animation happening, and I'm going to say play from the beginning. Play from, not fantail beginning. From the beginning, encased in. That just gives our parameters. Everything should be okay there. I didn't need to do it in the beginning there. Sorry, I'm halfway between Java and everything else. I just need to put that in. So choose default 1 or default 2, play from the beginning, done. Okay. And then I'm going to paste in again, so it saves me just one little step of set animation from the beginning. So set animation speed to 3 plus random So I'm going to have some random speeds happening, one of these, so you'll change the speed depending on what the computer decides. Okay, so let's test this out and see how it looks. Oh look, see, so we've got a whole bunch of leaves. But they're all coming out in the same place, but we do have some random leaves turning up, but we need them to be all over the place. So what we're going to do is we're going to edit this now. So we've got create leaf on layer 0. Let's just make sure we're on the right layer. So I think what we'd do is let's put it on start, the layer start, as we have that. Now to figure out what layers you have, you can just put one speech mark in, and then we can look down here and we can see that all the layers are indicated. And then at viewport, because the whole game of the area, you know, the whole view of the area which we're viewing, so viewport left, objects, objects, close brackets, plus, whoops, plus random four to 7 on the x-axis, so that's pixel point. So across that area, and I'm just going to copy this one now for the y-axis. Change this to viewpoint top, so we've got top and left. Oops, let's get that right, and then let's put the area in for the top, so they're all going to appear around about the top, 64. Okay. Done. Let's check it out now. So here we are. Here's our layout, let's see what happens. And nothing happens. So let's try and fix this. Error here was that I did two equal signs, so I forgot to press shift, so it should be viewport left objects plus random 427 and viewport top objects take away random 64. So we get a nice random spread of leaves. So let's have a look at this. There's my set of leaves, and they're bouncing off the cat, so it gives it a nice spread. So what I want to do here is I want little tinkle sounds to happen, but if they're too intrusive and get in the way of reading the instructions, then it's not good UX or UI. So it might be better if they're quiet, but we'll put some sound in to see how that actually goes. Okay. So what we want to do as well is we want to make sure we're not producing too many leaves, so the actual processing speed of the game is slowed down. So I'm going to add another event now and go leaf, wherever the leaf is. So let's type it in. I think I just went past it. Leaf. I'm going to compare Y. So and I'm going to say is greater than layout height, so I don't have to give a pixel count. So that just gets rid of any that go off the edge. And of course I do actually need to then get rid of the leaf, so I just type in leaf, destroy. Okay, so that's a little bit more professional. Okay, next thing. I want to have stuff happening when objects collide with the leaf or the leaf collides with things. So I'm going to add another event now, and I'm going to go for Bunny Chocolate 3 is on collision with another object, which obviously, hopefully we understand is leaf. So on collision with leaf, I might just spread these out just a bit so we can see them. Don't know why they get all squashed this way around. Okay. So I'm going to spawn another object, which is going to be my sparkle down the bottom. So let's call it sparkle. This is why we name everything, because if you don't name stuff, it's all untitled 1, 2, 3, and 4. And next. Oops. So I want the leaf to spawn, not sparkle, I want leaf to spawn another object, and I want that object to be sparkle. And I want that to be on the right layer. So the layer we're on is intro. So again, I can just open a speech mark, go and find my intro layer, which is start, and we don't need an image point, so then just go done. So when it collides with the leaf, let's take a look. Nice. However, we want the sparkles to go away, and all the leaves are using they've got bullet speed, but they're also using sine, so they're all exiting left into out of the y-axis, which is quite handy. So let's keep going with the old leaf. And we want some sound as well, but we don't want it too loud, so I'm going to do add audio, play, and ST Tinkle 3, and I don't want it looping. I want it quite quiet, so -8, and I'm going to give it a tag of tinkle, just to keep track of everything. Okay, good. The other thing I need to do is I need to add flash, and if we look at, because I want the sparkle to flash, and so my sparkle has some effects on it somewhere. Let's it should have flash. Yeah, here we are. It's got flash behavior on it, and it's got a warp ripple effect on it as well, just to help it along. But basically, I've just got my flash behavior with no properties on it. Okay. So to enable anything to happen, it needs to have the plugin or the behavior, whatever you want to call it. So then we want to have sparkle flashing. So sparkle, and I want it to flash. And I want it on for 0.1 of a second and off for 0.5 of a second. So we get these nice little flashes. And then I want to get rid of the leaf because it's attached to it. So in fact, I don't need to do that. I can just copy destroy here, copy, leaf destroy, and then we need to just wait for a few seconds. So wait for 1 second, and then I want to destroy sparkle. Sparkle destroy. Okay, cool. And let's test that out. Nice. And I think maybe it should sparkle. There are too many sparkles really for this, but it's maybe I should have less leaves. So we can change the amount of leaves just by changing this value here. Now I also want the sparkles, but I don't want to do all this coding off the cat, and that's pretty easy. I just copy this layer of code and replace it. Now we just replace fish with bunny. Bunny should be at the kitty. Let's have a look. Cat. There it is. Hungry cat. Done. Now we have 2 sections done. Pretty click. And what we want to do is, because this is the intro screen, we want to be able to click anywhere and go to the main game, and also use the same thing on space, because in the description it said to press spacebar or click anywhere. So you're going to use a mouse event. Mouse on any click, or anything, anywhere, first of all, what we want to do is reset all our global variables to default, because we don't know where they're coming from. They might have somehow got to this screen, but it sets the whole game up ready to play, which is good. I noticed in my original version of the game, because I got this code from the main game, that it was adding to a timer. And having this reset global variables to default helps us reset the whole system. And we also want to make sure that there's no audio playing, so we stop all. And then we want to tell it to where to go, system. We go to main, so we go to the layout, and because they're all named, it's much easier. I can pretty much figure out everything I'm doing. And then what we can do is, again, copy this code and paste it and change from mouse on any click to keyboard on key pressed, click to choose, and space, and done. So that's covering everything, and then I'm going to play this just to make sure we're all running correctly. So we've got tinkles happening here. Wait for a leaf to hit the kitty, yep. And then use the arrow keys, click on spacebar to start or pause, run through. So here we are, let's click anywhere, and we're into the game. Alright, that's good.